just like hearing him talk, there's no accountability.
None whatsoever.
Like, end of the season, your coach is fired. You're now on a podcast talking wild about you don't feel like you're being coached the right way. I'm like, dog, I don't even want to say you had off season, bro. You started the season in October. You didn't finish until, you yourself didn't finish until September or August. Brother, you had damn near a year. You know what I'm saying? For you to raise that up. You're old enough, big enough in the organization, big enough in the league, big enough a superstar, or star, let me not say superstar, but you're big enough a star to go, yeah, coach, I don't like the way I'm being played. Let's do something about this. Let's find a way to maximize me. Because that was, in terms of like his output regular season, that was a down year for him. Like I said earlier on, he was putting up the same numbers as Chris Middleton. He was averaging 21 from a season when he was averaging 28. And you can't say, because he's playing with Kawhi now, because he was playing with Russell Westbrook before. So it's a thing where, like, even what he said about, he was playing in too many pin downs and playing him like Ray Allen and JJ Redick. Cool. Yeah, and like that. Cool. He wants more pick and roll. Statistically, he had more pick and roll than he did in that MVP season. So it's not that he's an elite creator from the pick and roll. He's not. Like, he's not even an elite scorer. He's a 24 point per game scorer. He's a good scorer. I feel like these days people are throwing around elite scorer too much. So, like, Paul George is a good player. It's just in the playoffs, he turns into absolute dog poo. Mm. And then he doesn't take any of the blame, which is why he does it every year. Because how are you how old is he? 28, 29-year-old man. You've been playing basketball your whole life. Game 7. Why are you hitting the top of the backboard?
I would have preferred the elbow.
I can't forget that. Because sometimes you see stuff, and you're like, oh, that's tough. You should have made that because you're an NBA player. Bro, if I went to the park today, as in 10th of Jan 2021, I went to the park today. I know we've been in lockdown. We've been in tier 4. No mixing of households. If I went to the park today, I'm playing with man that haven't played ball in 3 months, and I took a shot from the corner and I hit the top of the backboard, they're going to be like, bro, that's poor. Because there's no excuse. Why are you hitting the top of the backboard? I don't even ride, my guy. Like, bro. And then you're going to blame the coach? They sacked Doc Rivers. They think that, mate. Like, and even Doc Rivers' comment was perfect. His reply was perfect. He's like, you have a problem with the coaching. Ty Lue was on the coach. He was on the bench the whole time. He was the whole time. What do you think's going to happen now? How much different will be now? You know what I'm saying? Like, Ty Lue was with me the whole time, bro. But, yeah. I mean, he's putting up 24 a game this season. But, I think he needs to be accountable. And I think in terms of, obviously, Paul George is the person that we've held to account. He's the one that we've kind of scrutinized the most. Mm-hmm. But it's his mate. It's his mate we need to speak about. It's his mate. Because I remember last summer playing ball. Someone said to me, Kawhi is the best player in the league. I said, nah, it's not that. He said, yeah, Kawhi is better than LeBron. I said, I said, no. But then they were like, but if you say LeBron's better, I understand. I'm like, you understand? Thank you so much. But then they said, better than KD, though. And I was like, right, we have a problem now.
Big problem.
And they go, he's won 2 championships on 2 different teams, 2 finals MVPs. I'm like, and I said, you realize Kawhi winning that first final MVP was like when Iggy won his. Like, you realize he wasn't the best player on the court. He just did a good job on LeBron. A better job than Iggy did, mind you. Do you know what I'm saying? So, even Toronto, people are now seeing, even that Toronto championship, as impressive as that playoff run was, when you got to Golden State, Kawhi wasn't that guy. He wasn't that guy. If it wasn't for Siakam having that big game, I'm telling you, Warriors would have won. Clay going down, KD going down, Warriors would have won. Because that first game in Oracle, yeah, it was in Oracle, right? Yeah, it was. That first game in Oracle, Siakam has that big game. Kawhi has like 22, and it's not even an efficient 22. He was struggling. Siakam goes off, super efficient. Shoots like 60, galvanizes the whole squad, gives them like genuine belief. Yeah, that changed the tide for the series. So I feel like they don't win that. Siakam doesn't do that. They don't win that game. I don't think they win that series. And he got Finals MVP because he was the best player on the best team in that series. I think Steph had a better series than him, which is all the more perplexing why people are now thinking that Steph is trash or that Steph needs to prove himself. But Kawhi, as bad as Paul George was in that game 7, Kawhi was worse. Are we forgetting Kawhi had 14 points? Are we forgetting he was? Let me even bring it up because I don't want to paraphrase this boy. I want him exposed. Because people were saying he was better than Kobe. People were saying he was better than Kobe Bryant.
I didn't hear that one. That's news to me.
Kobe Bean. People were saying he was better than Kobe Bean Bryant. Second coming to Michael Jordan. Yeah, okay. Please.
The thing is, people, that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like about NBA Twitter. That's what I don't like about NBA following. As soon as a player starts coming into their own, on the biggest stage in the playoffs, whatever, people start going crazy. That's when people started speaking about Jamal Murray, saying that he was better than Damian Lillard after what he was doing in the playoffs. I'm just like, let's not go there. Like, let's give him his dues. Let's give them the applause that they deserve. Let's give them all the respect that they need. But let's not start going crazy and talking all this madness, because Dame Lillard is easily top 3 point guards in the league. I will say that with my chest.
He's top 2. But even with Dame, you know how much we love Dame. People were talking about Dame being better than Steph. I'm like,
let's not do this, because like people, this phrase is said all the time, but people don't understand the gravity of it. Steph changed the way that the game is played. Him and Golden State changed it all. Class.
Steph last season, bear in mind he played 2 games or 5 games, something like that. Last season was the only season in Steph's career where he hasn't shot 40. Last season was also the first time in Dame's career that he shot 40. Are you deep in what I just said to you? Are you deep in that since 2012-13, Steph has shot 45% on catch and shoot threes?
Crazy, man.
And 39% on step backs. 39% is your fave even shooting 39% from free altogether? And my guy's shooting 39% on step backs.
Yo,
brother,
crazy.
You take Steph's top 5. Bro, Steph shot 402 threes in the season, and he still shot 40%. And people are talking about Dame Lillard, not even Dame Lillard being better. Dame Lillard being a better shooter, people were saying. People were saying that. And in the space of a week, but not even in the space of a week, space of a night, because of 162-point game, Dame went from being the best point guard in the league to being not even better than Kyrie Irving. I don't understand. Make it make sense. Make it make sense for me, because it doesn't make sense. I don't understand. I love Dame. One of my favorite players of all time. He's not better than Steph, though. No. Steph doesn't need to prove himself this year. Steph doesn't need to carry this trash-ass team. I saw something on Insta, and they were comparing Steph to Westbrook from his MVP year. And they were like, Steph couldn't carry this roster. I'm like, if you swap Steph in 2016-17 with Russell Westbrook in that same season, you swap them over, yeah? Do you want to know what's going to happen? Yeah? Steph might not even make the playoffs. I'll be honest. He might not make the playoffs with that team. But do you want to know what happened? KD's not getting a ring. Because Westbrook might be able to do more with garbage, because here's the thing. No one's double teaming Russell Westbrook, because he'll brick all by himself.
That's true.
But with Steph, they're running box and ones, and they're trapping him at the moment he crosses half court, whether he has the ball or not. Mm-hmm. So it's harder for, like Dame said, it's harder for Steph to get the looks that he needs. Mm-hmm. So Westbrook can do more with a trash team than Steph can, because of the way they play. But Westbrook will do way worse with a good team. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid.
I mean, we saw that. Look what happened with the Rockets, even though that's a certain situation. But we've kind of seen that.
Where is this boy? Paul George had 10 points. Plus minus was minus 20. He was 4 of 16. But Mr. Kawhi Leonard played 44 minutes in that game. That game didn't go to overtime. That means that he sat down for 4 minutes of that game. He played 44 minutes, yeah? The most of anybody. Anybody by some distance. He shot 6 of 22. 6 of 22. Yeah, he was minus 21.
Mm-hmm.
That was his box score, minus 21. Pat Bev played 30 minutes. His plus minus was plus 4.
Yeah, it's mad. See, that's the thing, though. That's the issue with the Clippers. With the Clippers, yeah, the Clippers have loads of people that can create their own shot, but they do not have a single facilitator on the team.
I'm gonna disagree with you there because I think last season showed us that they don't have loads of people. They have 2.
Well,
last season they had they have 3. Last season they had 4 because they had Trez.
Yeah,
Trez can get a dribble. Now they have 3.
Now, if you look at their bench, they had some players that could get their own shot off the bench.
Who?
Last
season,
I think they had Landry Shamet who can make his own shot.
Cool.
I'm not saying
I'm looking at the box score. Landry Shamet played 6 minutes that game and he made 1 shot. Okay, who's next?
It is well.
Who's next? Reggie Jackson. 4 minutes he played that game, made 2 shots. Speaking of which, remember when I think we might have been guilty, maybe we might have been guilty of it, when the Clippers got Reggie Jackson, and we were like, oh, the Lakers could have done with a player like Reggie Jackson. If I said that, I take it.
They could have.
I said that, I'm sorry.
As a backup guard, they could have. It would have been nice.
What did he do last season?
No, but the thing is, it's not one of them ones where he was meant to go there as a main player. He was meant to go there. He was meant to go there as a replacement, remember? Because like players like Avery Bradley and that man dropped out.
No. I'm talking about on the Clippers. What did Reggie? No, because Reggie Jackson got signed by the Clippers before the season got postponed, got suspended.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? So
crazy.
So yeah, he was there for a minute, and Mr. Morris, Mr. trying to break Luka Doncic's ankles, not in a basketball sense, in a literal sense. Morris, yeah,
he's paid
Morris,
as well.
Huh?
He's getting paid as well. He's getting paid a lot more than his brother.
Absolutely nothing. Look at this team. I know we talked about them before, but this stupid team, they made me sick too.
Brain just imminent way too much of my brain. The stimulus driving me down, but I pray. Packed and loaded, I'm flying away. Packed and loaded, I'm ready to fly away.